Okay, this is really an honor. This is absolutely an honor to get to
Wow.
actually interview you. I've seen several of your movies, including your appearances in The Grey,
Wow.
including your appearance obviously on Game of Thrones,
Hmm.
and of course in Atonement, as well
Yes.
as everything else, and one of the most unforgettable shots I've ever seen.
Wow. Thank you very much. That's
So
high
this is.
praise.
I didn't learn until yesterday.
Hmm.
You're the youngest actor to ever play King Lear. Is that true?
That's correct. I was, really blessed to come out of drama school, and I was spotted by Declan Donnellan, who's a big British theatre director, and he spotted me and put me in the leading role of King Lear, and I was 23 at the time, and we took it on a tour around Europe, and we did great, and it kind of started off my career. I became, you're that guy who played King Lear, I could have started out like most actors do and played that guy at the back or the big heavy guy at the back, you know, the tough guy roles or something like that. But it started off for me big in theatre, so it was a great way to start.
It's a huge start.
Mm.
Now, the part of it that's interesting is this movie, the Jack Ryan movie, is with Kenneth Branagh,
Mm-hmm.
and Kenneth Branagh directing it and acting in it. And the
Mm-hmm.
part that's interesting here in the connection I'm seeing is Kenneth Branagh is huge in Shakespeare as well. What with Henry
Yes.
V, what with Much Ado About Nothing, and with
Mm.
multiple other things he's done on Hamlet,
Mm-hmm.
and multiple other things on
Which is
stage.
brilliant. Hmm.
Now, do you have experience working on stage with him as well?
Yes, I do. My third play that I did after the King Lear, I did a play called Edmund, David Mamet play,
Right.
and I worked with him at the National Theatre. We did that a few years after I did King Lear, and that was great. And Jack Ryan, and I've also worked with him on Cinderella too.
I've heard that you were doing Cinderella.
Yeah,
Have you completed your
we've
work on
completed that as well. Yeah. Yeah, so he's a great. It's interesting when you work with someone like that and develop this kind of relationship. It's almost like a lifelong thing. It's come. There's been points of where it was going to happen, it hasn't. And when it has, it's been great.
What's it like working with Kenneth on set when you're working for him? He's directing and you're acting.
It's good that I've worked with him before because I really am at ease with him. I think some people may find him a little intimidating because he's quite. He's quite demanding. I think he's someone who knows exactly what he wants and knows exactly where he wants to put his vision. And but I'm quite comfortable working with him, and I really like it, and I hope to work with him again.
Something tells me you may.
I hope so.
No, looking past this, I have to ask you about Atonement, because you're in one of the most revolutionary shots of any movie in
Yes.
the last 10 years.
Yeah.
That Steadicam shot across the beach at Dunkirk.
Yes,
And
it's
that's a
it was
marvel.
it was the longest film, one take shot in history, I believe.
500-foot mag on a Steadicam is what I was
Yeah,
told. But
yeah.
you had to go in and out of it and in and out of it.
Yeah, yeah. And if you notice the the take that they used, I tripped in it because I was rushing to get into into the
Of course.
frame. But it was a great experience, and that was like my third movie, and I think Joe Wright, who directed it, didn't really plan to do it, but then he just had this great idea a few days into shooting and said, I want to do this. And they let him do it. Working Title said, yeah, you can do it. And we rehearsed it for a weekend with 1,000 extras, all kitted out in army uniforms. Some were wounded. There are horses that are trained to die, look as though they're getting shot. It was an amazing scene and an amazing thing to be part of. And, especially early on in your film career, it's a great thing to experience.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank
It's been an
you.
absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.